guys, it's Joanne here. How are you all doing today? Today I am actually filming in a little bit of a different location. You may have seen this setup when I did my pre-mark haul, but I am in Scotland visiting Ashley Beauty, and today I thought I would do a video. It's something that I've kind of been having in the works in preparation for me taking this trip. Just the amount of times that I've been taking a lot of flights and doing a lot of travel with a lot of my speaking engagements and stuff. So I thought I would put together a video for you guys talking about like my best tips for planning a trip and booking flights, and best tips on, you know, airplane travel, I guess is the only words I can really come up with. So what I thought I would do is just like start right from the beginning and kind of talk to you guys about the different things that I feel that are really important in the process of booking and experiencing air travel. The first thing is you need to plan ahead of time when it comes to taking a trip, and especially booking airfare, and you need to book early. You need to constantly be looking at different websites for rates to see if you can find, you know, the best pricing for the best flights. You can do research online, and there are so many websites that will tell you different times. When's the best time to travel? I've seen websites say 90 days before you leave. I've seen websites say the newest results are saying 5 to 6 months for international flights and 3 to 4 weeks for domestic flights. I have found personally for myself, especially with my recent trips that I have been making internationally, just around the 90-day mark is kind of like the sweet spot for finding really, really good prices, and when prices start to increase. I like to use several different sites when it comes to booking my flights, and the first one is just looking through Google Flights. And so just Google Flights. I will leave the links to all this stuff in the description box, but Google Flights will help you find, when you're looking at a time frame, it'll help you find the best day, the cheapest day to leave, the cheapest day to return. And then from there, you can look at flight prices, but I usually take those dates and put them in other flight purchasing websites. And those sites that I use are Kayak, Kayak, and I usually use Momondo. It's another good one, and that helps you also find the best days to be able to book. And there's another one called CheapOAir. I like that one too, that one. There's also a email news service you can sign up for called Scott's Cheap Flights. And what that email list does is that they will basically send you alerts whenever there's like really good flights available. Take a trip at the last minute or something because there's a good deal out there. Sometimes Scott's Cheap Flights has a really, really good alert system for those type of flights. And then there's another one on your phone, I believe it's called Hopper, that can give you email, that gives you notification alerts when a price starts dropping for a specific flight that you have planned during a specific time period. I guess that tip number one would be book early, look at multiple flight sites. Also, if you can possibly have flexible dates. So in other words, for my travel, I was lucky enough where I could have been flexible. I could have come 2 or 3 days earlier, 2 or 3 days later. I could go home 2 or 3 days earlier, 2 or 3 days later. I really had the flexibility because me personally working for myself, determining when my flight to go and flight to return needed to be. So if you have flexible dates, that also will help be able to potentially lower your prices when it comes to your airfare purchase. Okay, working up to the travel day, I have my notes here in my little planner. So working up to the travel day, my next tip would be to plan what you're going to pack, plan any errands that you have to do, and using it with either a planner, making a list, or using Trello. So for example, I use Trello for a lot of my project management with a lot of my clients. I also use Trello for my travel planning. So what I do is I create checklists, and I say, I just start brain dumping everything that I want to pack right inside of Trello, and as I get ready to pack them or I do the errand, I can check them off the list, and it just becomes a nice way to be able to put all of your plans, all your errands and stuff in one location. So whether you're using a planner or you're using like an online like Google Keep or, you know, Evernote, just to keep everything in one place. My favorite happens to be Trello. Next tip is to use, when you're packing, actually packing for the trip, look to get compression bags. And I have several of those. I will insert a clip so you can kind of see what those look like, but I have a set. I will leave a link as far as my specific set is where I purchased them from Amazon. But I like these because they unzip, you put your clothes in, and then you can zip it up and it kind of compresses it down. It helps you fit more clothes in your suitcases when you are packing for a trip. Several of those in different sizes, and I can't recommend these enough because it really makes it easy to be able to kind of modularly pack your luggage for your trip. The day of the trip, you want to dress for comfort. That's why I have this hoodie on today for this video. You're like, Joanne, you're kind of scuzzed out for your video. You know what? A hoodie is what you want to wear, or a sweater for the day of the trip. You want to dress in layers because if you get too hot, you can take it off. Also, on a lot of these flights, sometimes the air, they have like air conditioning on and fans, you know, air blowing everywhere, and it gets cold. And you can also take this off and put it over your legs for a blanket. You know, you don't have to go hoodies. You can dress it up a little bit and wear like a nice cardigan that you can also use as a blanket. And this will also keep you warm, and you can put it over you. It's a nice versatile thing, and it's also a very bulky item. You know, hoodies and sweaters are all very bulky items, and it's nice to be able to wear those items instead of having to pack them in your suitcase. As far as bottoms, I happen to enjoy wearing either workout pants or leggings. Today, what I wear on my trip are just these workout pants that I happened to pick up, I think last year at Tesco. Yeah, so these are the, you know, leggings, just really comfortable. They, you know, you move, they're lightweight. It's just, you really want, comfort is key. You don't want to have anything that's going to be too restrictive. You're going to be sitting, depending on your flight, for, you know, could be hours at a time. You want to be able to move around, and, you know, and you don't want heavy jeans and stuff like that. So, also, on your feet, I have these. I have to say, these sneakers are absolutely amazing. They're by Adidas. I'll try to see if I can leave them linked in the description card as well. These are so comfortable, guys. I cannot recommend these enough. And they do tie, but they also, like, I have them tied underneath the tongue, and they easily slide off when you have to go through TSA. Like, they slide right off, slide right on, so you don't have to worry about tying your shoes and stuff like that. So now, I did a whole video talking about the carry-on, what I do for a carry-on. One of the things I wanted to mention that I forgot to mention in that video is I attached to my carry-on bag one of these travel pillows. These are great to have on the plane. They help you be able to relax, to sleep. And you know, they kind of keep your head up. You can pick these up. They have them at Five Below. They have them at Walmart, Target. They have these everywhere. Marshall's, TJ Maxx, wherever they have travel stuff, you can always find these things. And this just unsnaps, and I literally can just put it, clip it somewhere. And this is basically my backpack. I did a full video on this. I'm not going to talk about that in this video, but you want to make sure you have, if you have not seen that video, I will leave it linked in the card above, but you want to make sure you have a nice pillow, because that will help you with your flight as well. You can bring on a rolling carry-on and a personal item, okay? However, I will say this, and I'm going to show some video footage. When you are on smaller flights, and you are on flights that, especially domestic flights, like for me, I had to fly from Syracuse to like New York City before I went to the trip to Scotland. So it was a small flight. It was a short flight. It was a small plane. Very, very limited space. So what they do is they offer to gate check your rolling carry-on. They will do this a lot, especially domestic in the United States. So you need to be aware of that. Do not pack your laptop, do not pack your electronic goods in that rolling carry-on in case they decide they want to gate check it for you. Sometimes they make it mandatory. So be warned, any expensive electronic goods you want to keep right inside your backpack, bring them on the plane with you. And that includes chargers, anything you might need, because if you're traveling domestically, they may actually gate check that luggage all the way to your final destination. So you may not even see it. That happened to me a couple of times when I traveled from Syracuse to California, as I did not see my rolling carry-on until I got off in San Jose. So just be warned of that. There's not enough space in these planes, so they make you just have your personal item. They gate check the rolling carry-on. Some of the things you want to be aware of when you're going to book your flights and your seats is that the seats, a lot of times on planes, the seats that are on the ends do not have enough space underneath the seat in front of them for a huge backpack, because there's usually like a mound or a bump. So if you're gonna want to have your personal item with you underneath the seat in front of you, try to get a window or the middle seat. But if you have a 3 across and then 3 across plane, odds are those end seats are not gonna have room underneath. I've come across that a couple of times. So what I do is I just pull out everything I want for the flight ahead of time, put it up in the overhead bin, and just make sure I keep my charger, my phone, the stuff that I want with me during my flight. So what do I actually pull out for the actual plane ride? So one of the things I pull out is I have these little fuzzy socks that I will take off my sneakers and put on some nice warm slippers or fuzzy socks for the plane. I also make sure I have my phone. I make sure I have my phone charger. You could also, obviously, if you're not into phones, make sure you have your tablet, make sure you have your book with you. I also bring my thermos, which is that Dunkin' Donuts thermos. I make sure that I bring that through TSA empty. I fill that up before I get on the plane, either with coffee, water, or whatever. I have that out, so I have that available in case I need water right away before they start doing their meal service or snack service. And I also have my earbuds in case I want to watch something on my phone, or if they have a movie, if it's a longer flight, they might have a movie available that you can watch on the plane. But otherwise, I just usually stick to my phone and download Netflix videos, or I have a Kindle app where I can read on my phone. In my video, I showed that I have my Kind bars here. So I always have a snack I pull out and put that also like in the seat in front of me, so I can have something to munch on in case I'm absolutely starving before they actually serve the meal or serve the snack service. For now, that is going to be it for my video. I hope you guys enjoyed it. I hope it was helpful for you. If you have any questions, please leave them in the comments below. Also, if you would like to see any additional videos as far as me packing, how I pack my luggage, how I use my compression bags, how I research to book a flight, how I organize my trip using Trello, those kind of things, leave them in the comments below. If you are new to my channel, hi, I'm Joanne. It's so nice to meet you. If you're new, I would love it if you would hit the subscribe button, notification bell. That way you will become notified as to when I upload a video and when I go live on YouTube. For those of you who are already part of my family, thank you so much for stopping back on my channel. I truly appreciate your support. You guys be awesome. Enjoy the rest of your day, and I'm going to chat with you in my next video. Bye, guys.